Sup, y'all? It's your boy Modz. We're here with another Lost Ark guide. We're going to be going over Tier 2 gearing in Lost Ark today. So basically, once you hit item level 600, you'll be prompted with a quest to go to Yorn. So that's basically the end of T1 is when you get plus 15 on all your gear upgrades. And you got 600 item level and you'll be prompted with the Yorn quest. You'll basically have to sail over here to Yorn. You'll complete your Yorn quest, and that'll get you ready for T2 content. While you're doing these Yorn quests, there's like dungeons in the area. Let me just click on them real quick. There's 2 dungeons. You get more materials if you do them both on normal and hard mode for crafting upgrades. And then later on, when you get 960 item level, which is still T2, you'll have 2 more dungeons. Do those both on normal and hard for more gear upgrade mats. But anyways, once you finish Yorn, you have a decision to be made. You'll still be in your item level 600 gear. You can either do the least efficient route, which is doing your level 1 Yorn Chaos Dungeon will get you your base 802 set, or you could go into the auction house here, the marketplace, by pressing Alt-Y. You go to the auction house, right, and then you do this little search thing. You search for categories, all gear, and then you put the tier level to 2, and you click search. And this is like basically all your starter gear, and then you kind of just filter by weapon. Then you sort by cheapest price, and it's like super cheap. It's like 10 gold, right? And then like you just go all the way down, you buy every single one of these pieces of your gear, and that'll basically give you your 802 starting gear. So you got like your 802 starting gear, you'll place your item level 600 gear with the 802 gear. Now you could do the next step. Go over to your honing vendor, and you can transfer your 600 gear in your 802 gear, and it'll give you +1, so it'll raise the item level up a little bit. And before you do your daily chaos dungeon, right? So you're like, okay, it's time to go do your chaos dungeon to get more gear. You don't want to do that yet, because for tier 2, there's also a set of islands. I'll post this island guide down below in the comments section, but these are essentially your material islands for tier 2. Go and do these islands. It'll give you a bunch of rewards. It'll only take, maybe an hour or 2. And this should pretty comfortably get you into mid 900 item levels. And then once you do these island quests, and you do your Una dailies, which will also give you like new crafting materials, right? And then you just kind of do whatever you need. You might need life shards. You might need life leaf stones. You just do 3 of your Una dailies for materials. Then you will basically do the highest level chaos dungeon that you could do. And at that point, you should be able to do 920. So you'll, instead of getting like these blue accessories with less bona effects and less engravings, you'll get like higher tier jewelry from your first completion. Okay. And then once you do that, you can go and do some more gear upgrading if you want with those materials. If you continue to do your chaos dungeon after your 2-day cap, you come over here to the exchange vendor, and you could basically exchange these guardian stones for more stuff. Like right here, I'm going to do it right now. Kind of just like max it out. Oh look, now I got more upgrade mats. The next thing you want to do for your tier 2 content to get upgrades is you do your guardian raids. You'll start on tier 3. You'll eventually have to do like all these, right, in order to unlock tier 4. But yeah, basically just clear these dungeons and don't harvest the soul until you get to the highest item level that you're able to do. So if you're like, let's say hypothetically you're 920 item level, basically complete Dark Lego, Helgaia, and Calventus without harvesting, and then do this boss twice while harvesting, and that'll basically set up for doing the raid tier 4s. Okay, so that's the next thing you do. You can also do tower for your materials. You can do your cube, and then also you unlock boss rushing in tier 2. And you need entrance tokens for that, or tickets. You get the tickets by doing your chaos dungeons. Okay. And then another endgame activity for gearing up in tier 2 are basically your Abyssal dungeons. You have to do it in tiers. I haven't done it yet. Actually, it's something I'll do today. But you do your 2 chaos or your 2 Abyssal dungeons here. This will give you your first set item. It'll give you like 1 piece of gear and the materials to craft. And then you have these 2. Another way to get materials is they're the bloodstone exchange for your guild. So you just like come into this little area and burn. You basically just trade your bloodstones for honing materials, but you want to exchange for the T2 materials. And then there's also entrance tickets for like boss rush and other activities they can exchange for. In addition to that, you also have your exchange vendor outside of your port. So you can just like click to go to your sea ship. Right here, there's either like people lined up to it, your upgrade mats, right, your normal stuff, and you could exchange pirate coins for upgrade materials. I already bought mine for the week. You know, I already bought my T1 and T2 ones, so we're done there. Dock. And then basically, if you do all that, that's all your sources, the resources, the materials for tier 2. And you kind of just continue to do that every day until your gear level gets high enough so you can progress your story, take it up to 1100. And probably the last thing you would want to do is just pay attention to your dailies over here in your little side tracker. And you could also do your compass stuff daily too. That'll give you a little more materials. And that's it. That's basically how you get materials for upgrading your gear in T2. And just like T1, whenever you get like your stuff from your Abyssal dungeon, you can go to your Abyssal crafter. You craft the epic or legendary set, then you go to your gear transfer, and then you do your transfer of this blue gear into the epic gear. You don't lose any of your plus levels. You'll just end up gaining the set bonuses. That's it. T2 gearing guide.
Please let me on.
Thanks for watching.
Stay in the cargo hold.